Okay, this is Mike Merlin Means of Merlin Public Media, and tonight we have another episode of our homegrown show, our local music show. Not a really creative name, but it's the one we got, and we're going with it. And tonight we have a very special guest in the person of Mr. Billy Kay. How you doing, man?
Good afternoon, Mike Means. How are you? I'm doing good.
I'm getting by. I'm getting by. So, talk to me about you.
I'm handsome. I'm available. That's your question? Oh,
Okay, yeah, we're more interested in the music side of you.
Oh, okay. I'm still doing music. I'm just not doing the local bar scene anymore. I'm doing events for the city and the chambers and private events. I sang at the Dam. I sang on Casino Drive.
So when did this all start? How long have you been doing this?
Okay. 10 years ago, this last month, the IRS seized all my assets and I became a homeless vet. I registered with the VA, and luckily the VA puts you up, gives you housing, which is where I'm living now. And they always pick small, tiny towns because the rent is cheap.
Okay, makes sense.
All right. And one of the towns that they put me in was Clifton, Tennessee. Population about the same as Golden Valley.
Oh my.
One bank, no McDonald's, no one restaurant. Oh, the only store was the Dollar General store. McDonald's was literally 2 hours away in Mississippi.
Oh God.
The deal with the VA is they want to get homeless vets off the street, so they give us houses. And then that's it. I go, wait, I don't have a drug problem. I don't have PTSD. What do you want me to do on board? So I knocked on the door of the local restaurant and said, hey, you want some live music? I have a guitar. He said, yes. And bang, I've been doing it ever since then. So for 10 years now.
Wow. So how long you been playing? I mean, you've been doing performances for 10 years. When did you start actually picking that thing up and playing it?
I played when I was a lot younger, and for reasons I don't remember, people keep asking me. I stopped. Oh, I raised a kid.
Oh, that'll do it. No, that'll do it.
That took all of my time. I didn't even have a guitar. The guitar that's in my first few music videos is my son's guitar. I got a guitar, I think, when for one of my videos. I had to buy a guitar that looked good, and I said, well, dang, I spent $1,200 on this puppy. I should play it.
Yeah.
And that's so I've been writing songs for, I don't know, 15 years. Thought I'd be famous by now. No, I don't mean it that way, Mike. I started my career at 50, which is a stupid age to become a rock star.
Well,
so what I wanted to just write songs and hopefully like Kenny Rogers or someone like that would sing my song and it would become. You can't, like, he's dead, but pick someone, Taylor Swift. How do you contact her? They won't listen to music because if they write anything that's even similar to yours, they get sued. So
yeah.
I lucked out. I'm happy doing what I do.
Well, that's half of it, isn't it? I mean, that's half. If you're happy with what you're doing, then that's great. I went from, as you know, photography, video, and lighting to this because, well, my body didn't give me an awful lot of choice. I just don't have the stamina that I had 3 years ago, and it's going downhill constantly. But I'm doing this and I'm enjoying it, and that's half of it. Tell me, what do you play?
That's a lot of work. I've seen you doing lighting gigs. I think it was at the Aquarius. I'm going, glad I don't have to drag all that stuff around.
Well, it's a lot of work, but I really enjoy it. What do you? Let's pick a genre. What kind of music do you play and write? I mean, what would you call it?
Okay, officially, I write country music, but I'm a New York City boy, and it doesn't feel natural to me. So I start out with a country song, and then before anyone hears it, I change it to pop, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
Pop. They start out as country songs, and then I change them, and that's my original songs. The stuff I play out here is, Beatles and Rod Stewart, because no one wants to hear my stuff for 4
Well,
hours.
you got to sneak one in once in a while, don't you?
Yeah, I do, because
Look, here's
fortunately
an
my
original.
fans like my music, and the one I recorded at your old recording studio, everyone in town was in it, so they want to hear it.
Yeah, yeah. You have a phenomenal following, and just watching you over the years, you stay busy.
I have nothing else to do. I don't have
Oh,
to, the government pays my housing, my food, my medical. I don't have to go out to work. What else do I got to do all day? I got this giant screen TV that the Veterans Resources Center gave me, and I never turn it on. So I play music.
well,
I'm
that's
happy I'm happy when I'm singing, and apparently the masses are happy when I'm singing.
I've seen you perform a number of times, and you draw quite a group of people. And it seems to me that there's an especially large group of I call them regulars, fans, people that
Yeah.
just you're playing, they're there, and that's really cool to have.
Can I say something about that, Mike? That
You
I've
can
only
say
told
anything you want. This is about you.
like my two closest friends this. I've been here 7 years. I've literally played every place you can play. I played places no one else has ever played, like the Dam. Uh, and every time I look out into the audience, it's the same 35 people. For 7 years, it's like I call them my gang, and then three random diners or something, or three people who happen to be at the bar. The diner was there, and I'm going, how often do they want to hear me sing? Tonight's the night. So one of the reasons I stopped playing at bars is because um, I've done it. If I was Paul McCartney, I would sing "Let It Be" again and again and again. But I'm not Paul McCartney. I'm Billy Kay. How many times
Hmm.
do people want to hear me sing the same songs? Apparently more. They keep asking me when I'm going to play.
Apparently, yeah. So it would seem, but yeah. Well, when I was first talking, well, basically with myself about interviewing you, I'm like, he's like the hardest working musician in the area, bar none. I mean, he's everywhere all the time doing something. He's doing something right, and what do you think it is? I mean, people just love you, and you got any idea why?
I wish I knew. I tell people I don't play songs. I create memories. I was just looking. A video came up in my memories today. I get off the stage a lot, and like if it's your birthday, I'll go and sing "Happy Birthday" to you, and have the whole bar singing along with me, and you get a video. And I do that to just about anybody who walks in. Sometimes when I was the entertainer on the boat, I go, "Is it anyone's birthday, anniversary?" Because they tell us in advance. Joe and Mary are coming on board. It's their 47th anniversary. And if someone was just coming on board the ship for no apparent reason other than they're just tourists, I say make something up. And okay, my dog died today. Okay, well, sing about your dog. Um, and that's what I do. I pick on people.
Well, yeah, it's working. I mean, it's
Mhm.
working, and yeah, I understand changing the type of venues you play because anything gets, I don't want to say old, but anything gets stale after too long. I can't imagine some of these people that have been, in the business since I was, in my early teens, and they're still playing the same six songs that everybody wants to hear, and then the rest of the concert is bullshit. And I can't imagine being that person. You can't feel good about yourself at that point. All I have is my past.
I, they- I like my version of "It Is Going to Be a Heartache Tonight." And they still, so I can't take that out of my set. And then when I look at my set list, which happens to be right here, there's like nothing I can take out of my set list. Everyone wants to hear Sweet Caroline.
Uh,
Can't take that out. There's like maybe 2 songs in my 40, however many songs are on my 4 hours worth of songs. There's only like 2 I can ever change.
just
Oh,
it's what's expected, huh?
yeah. Plus, everything changed after COVID, so
Oh,
I'm
geez,
not.
yes.
When COVID began, since I know all the owners and all the, I know just about every owner of every store in town. No one knew what was open. If you remember back then, we weren't allowed to get haircuts. We didn't know if Walmart was open. I would go to every one of these places. My first one was Shiver River Icy across from Community Park, and say, look, tell people on the video that you're open, what you do, and I'll sing a song. And I did that for like a year, and I told everyone who was open. And then the Bullhead Chamber of Commerce called me and said, look, we want you to keep doing those videos, promote Bullhead City, and we'll give you a free membership and put your picture on that big digital sign out front. I said, okay.
Ooh,
So I did that for, God, at least a year. I went to every place. Oh, I played in a cigar humidor. There's a cigarette store across from Eagle Motorsports. Bullhead City Tobacco. Give her a plug.
go for
And
it.
I said, I'm going to sit in your humidor and sing. So I got to play in a whole bunch of weird spots in a boat, at a boat dealership. I just sat in a boat and they videoed me. So it was fun.
Keep life interesting, it's
Yeah.
and working music. Let's go back to COVID. I watched my business collapse in an afternoon when COVID started. I had literally about $6,000 worth of work on the calendar, and in 45 minutes I got the phone calls canceling every single one, and there was no work for a year and a half. There was nothing.
I bet. I'm sure.
And then
It's hard.
by the time he came back, I can't do it. I mean, I've sold some of my gear. I've got a bunch more lights and stuff. I'm gonna put it up on Facebook here soon. Yeah, I can't do the work. But I find this radio station and these interviews, and I've interviewed all kinds of people and bands and musicians and artists, and it gives me something to do, and it's become fun. I look forward to these things because you get to see past, or a little bit past, the person on the stage, and find out a little bit about who they are and why they're doing what they do, and that's really that's enjoyable for me, and I think the people that listen to the station like it also. I had a lady commenting the other day about, how do you talk to all these people? And I'm like, give them a call and say, hey man.
Well, at least you're not calling collect. That's good.
Yeah. And I've done theater groups, and I've done bands from as far away as Colorado, metal bands, pop bands, businesses, educators. It keeps me going, and I'm sitting there going, okay, one of these days I really got to call Billy. And so I broke down a couple of days ago, and I sent you a message, and here we are. So if somebody, are you still open for hire for like private gigs and parties and stuff like that?
Billy does birthdays. I think I have a web page for that. Yeah.
How
I can't
does
tell
how
you how much
does
they pay.
Well, we're
They
not going
pay
to put
like
that
5
out there.
times more than I can't mention any bars in this town, but Bar A, they pay for like 1 hour's worth of work. I'm going, wow, cool.
Yeah, it's the bar scene here doesn't pay well, and that's pretty much most of the entire county. So somebody wants to hire you for their great great grandmother's 121st birthday. How do they get a hold of you?
My website, billykmusic.com, or my Facebook page by the same name, Facebook/BillyKMusic. As long as you brought up the local scene, let me give you something I only tell to my inner circle about the music scene here. People don't go to bars to listen to music. Because people don't go to bars to listen to music, the bands don't rehearse. I don't even go to my friends' shows because I know they don't rehearse. I spoke with someone just yesterday who said, I haven't played in 2 months. I got a gig tomorrow. I was like, so you haven't rehearsed in 2 months? And the reason why bands don't rehearse is because venues don't pay them anything. And the reason why venues don't pay them anything is because people don't come to the show. So it's this never-ending cycle. People don't come, bands don't bother putting on a good show, and venues don't pay the bands. You just need one person to break that cycle. And I'm done trying. I tried for a while.
I've talked to a number of people who tried that. You know, the one exception in the greater area is the metal scene up toward Kingman. Now, I'm not saying that they pay well, but these guys, I know a lot of these bands, and they're rehearsing all the time, rehearsing, recording, work, and every once in a while they got a gig. But the metal scene in the area, I mean, shout out to all of those guys and girls. They're hardworking folk, and they're
They
doing
are.
this.
I see their videos when I go to Lake Havasu Entertainment page and I see who's playing, and they're all 24 years old. I'm going, wow, did they play anything I might know? I go to
No.
their Facebook page and I go, wow, they do rehearse. They're tight.
Yeah.
Out here, again, I can't mention any names. I live in a small town.
I
But
understand this.
every band, all the players in the band are in. I'm thinking of one band in particular. The guitar player's in 8 other bands. So if you're in 8 bands, when does your band rehearse? There's no available days for you guys to rehearse.
And I know exactly who you're talking about, and I too will not drop a name.
And they're proud of it. Another band member, I won't even say what instrument he plays, is proud to announce he's in another band. And I want to say, you should devote all your time to your. Did the Beatles go on? Did the Beatles say, okay, John and I are going off and doing our own solo thing, and we're still keeping the Beatles? No, they didn't. They perfected their songs, and that's the way I was brought up.
Yeah.
I won't go out there unless the song is perfect. Everyone else here just says, "Proud Mary and G." Okay, let's wing it.
Yeah, and I've actually heard phrases similar to that said during a performance. And you don't say let's wing it during a freaking performance. You hand them the best you've got that day. 2 days later you may be able to do a better job, but you give the audience the best you have in you on any given day when you're performing it. I did that same thing as an LD. I go in and I'd set up for a show and I'd be ready for the bands for that night and give them everything I had and then go home. And I expect the bands to do the same thing.
Mike, you worked on the other side of the river. You worked with, I'll call them professional bands. At the Aquarius or the Riverside, those Splash. You worked at those kind of places where.
Yeah.
My beef with that, if you want to hear my beef, they all sound the same.
Well,
anytime I go to the Tropicana for their live music, the bands are interchangeable. Here's the 20 songs everyone likes. Let's play them.
Mm-hmm. That's true. We don't expand our well, even most people, and I'm probably right around your age, maybe a little bit younger, but most people never grow out of the music they grew up with. They don't expand their horizons and listen to something, that's not, I grew up with, everything was prog. Okay, I love prog, but I listened to classical and I listened to blues and I listened to rock and I listened to metal and symphonic metal and some more classical and even more classical. I'll try anything out and listen to it. But people don't.
What you just said you asked me earlier, why do people come to my shows? I don't play just the Beatles. I throw in country. I do Sinatra. I do gosh, I can't remember. But I do songs they don't expect, so they're happy.
Well, yeah, you gotta keep the audience. You gotta keep their attention. It's musicians. I'm a lot like them when I'm performing because I feed off the audience. The better the audience is reacting to the band, the better my show is going to be as a lighting person, the better my shooting is going to be as a photographer, because everybody jumps on that energy from the audience and they ride that wave, and that's your show right there.
Okay, you must be talking about the lounges in Laughlin. You're not talking about the local bars here. The way it works in the local bars here is you start a song, ooh, I need you. Everyone stops talking and says, oh, he's doing 8 days a week. I love that. And then by the time you finish the fourth word, they're back to talking.
Yeah. Again, back to the metal scene. I mean, and they're not like this. And yeah, I do tend to talk about these guys a lot just because I love the whole air around them. When the band starts playing, short of a mosh pit, it's quiet. People are listening to that music and paying attention. And, you know, when the set's over, then the talking is so deafening in the bar you're in that, you know, you can barely hear the person next to you, but they're just, it's respect for the performer. You know, you don't hear people carrying on conversations in the middle of a play. And a musician is no different. If you're there and even if you,
I want to use that in real life. Okay, it's just like a play. Good point. Go ahead.
you know, respect for the performer. You know, whatever they're doing. I mean, if you're there and they're playing, and you know you happen to think that they suck, tough shit. Shut up and listen. You might change your mind. You might find something you didn't know you liked. I did not care for metal when I started doing metal shows. Didn't like it at all. And here I am. I have a large collection now.
Cool. And your interviews are now an archive, dude. 10 years from now, you can go back and say, oh, yeah, I interviewed that person. Here's this, here's that. You now have the same thing as a music video. It'll be there forever.
I know, and I love it. And, you know, you know, some of the bands will send their fans over to check it out. And, you know, that's cool. And, but, you know, I'm not doing it for likes and plays. I'm doing it because I want to share the arts in the area, because I'm an arts guy from like childhood, and there's not enough here. We have to enjoy, respect, understand what little bit of arts we have and bring in more. Arts is what makes us human instead of animals.
I agree. But you got to remember the demographic of our town, not like Lake Havasu was younger. Here where I live, we're all a week from meeting our maker.
Yeah, this is a bit of an older town, especially during the cooler weather. The average age goes to like 82 or something. And
I like when people message me and say, I won't be at your show tonight. I'm having my pancreas removed. And I'm going, boy, you got all, you know.
Well, one day I'll send you one that says I won't be anywhere today because I'm having a double lung transplant.
Oh, is that what your issue is? I didn't want to ask.
Well, well, that's okay. I mean, people that have listened to other stuff know that I have a disease called idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, and it is very slowly making my lungs not work. There is no cure excepting a complete double lung transplant, which I'm waiting to hear from a transplant doctor in Phoenix, and we're working toward all of that. And I have to be healthy enough for the transplant, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm pretty sick. The disease is classified as terminal because the only thing that can cure it is a double lung transplant if you're healthy enough to get it.
Jeez.
Sorry, man, but you opened that
can
can
of worms. The 8 spot I got on my forehead, but never mind.
Yeah, that's what's going on with me. That's why I can't do the lighting and video and stuff anymore.
And that is, I'm not taking anything away from what you're saying, but that is 99% of the population here. We all have something.
Yeah.
I have apparently I have bladder cancer for the third time. Waiting for they shove a little thingy up your thingy, and I'm waiting for that appointment because I look forward to that. You know what a hospital gown looks like? Those ugly hospital gowns.
Oh,
We
yeah.
actually have one with a little 1-inch hole down there by your thingy. I'm going, really? I can't just lift this thing up? Nope, there's a little 1-inch hole. Stick it through there. Okay. God forbid you see everything else. You just see my thingy. Okay.
Well, focus, focus, focus.
What I've been doing is I've been playing at smaller places. I'm enjoying coffee shops.
I do like a good
8 customers cannot pay what I normally get.
Yeah,
but I get to do my one-on-one stuff. It's fun.
So, what do you have coming up that somebody wants to go see you live? What's coming up in the near future?
Oh, I got something big coming up. I don't remember off the top of my head. I know I wrote it down. It's something good. Rather than a bar. I forgot what it is. I just played something for the chamber too. Well, that was fun. It was the chamber has mixers all the time.
Right.
Everyone, and they announce it, and everyone thinks it's just for the chamber and it's all business people. No, it's free food. The last one I played had free alcohol.
Whoa.
With John Pinecker and Mrs. Pinecker. Gosh, what's her first name?
I can't remember her first name, but I know John.
Free margaritas. I'm going, this is better than a bar. Free food, free.
Yeah.
You listen to one speech by the head of the chamber, and the rest is party time. Boy, I hope Bo Hellmans doesn't hear that.
I may have to start checking those things out, man. Hey.
I went one day last week and I saw K-Brick, the saxophone player. I go, man, I haven't seen him since COVID.
Oh, me neither, man. Me neither. I haven't seen him in forever. Last I talked to him, he was working on another album, but that was, year and a half ago.
Yep. Oh, I think he put it out because I went to his page right afterwards, and right after I saw him. But they're fun. I wish people would go to those things. Plus, in your line of work and my line of work, you get to know all the powers that be. And you as soon as you leave, 5 people call saying, hey, I'm having a ribbon cutting next week. You want to play? Mm-hmm. I'm having a mixer at my place. You want to play? And so it works for me. Ooh, I'm looking at can you hear that? It's a tambourine. One of the best musician in town passed away. Kirk Tracy.
Oh, yes. Oh my God.
He gave out these tambourines at the celebration of life. He was my inspiration. He's the one. The problems I told you about Bullhead City's music scene. Mm-hmm. He actually said, Billy, it's Bullhead. This is what we got to work with. Dang it, I was hoping you had the answer. Okay.
Yeah, that hit me like a ton of bricks. And I've done a number of shows with him and his wife. And I saw the news and I just kind of sat there staring at my computer screen for was like the longest time going, man.
The Kid and Nick were, I think there were only 3, quote, professional, unquote, bands in this town. Kid and Nick was one, mm-hmm. and they're gone. No one can replace Kid.
No.
Grace with Class Act Band, they're gone.
Yeah.
I know the inside scoop on that, but I'm not going to say it on the air.
Please don't.
It's a good story. And I basically retired from bars, so everyone else is just jamming. They actually say, come and jam with us. It's like, no, I don't want to jam. I want to hear. One band has 5 microphones, and they never have anyone singing backup vocals on it. It drives me nuts. What's the sense of having all of those singers? Oh, sorry. I ranted.
That's okay. That's what, I kind of expect on here. You get people talking and, seldom do they say anything that they would say, "Hey, can you go back and cut that out?" But they find themselves talking and talking kind of freely, and that's what I want to give people who are listening here. I don't want to give them something out of a can. I want to give them the human being, the person, the artist, the musician, the band, as a being with a soul and a spirit and a reason for doing what they do.
Well, next time I say something negative, I'm going to use my Kermit the Frog voice, and no one will know it's me.
And I'll say, wait a minute, where did Kermit come from? I didn't see him.
Oh, you asked me what I'm doing next. Monday is a big fundraiser at Gracie's Cup in Fort Mojave. I'm one of the bands. Apparently, I'm going on at 10 in the morning.
Ow.
They originally said 8. I go, you kidding me? I'm not going to sing. I don't even sing to myself at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I saw that coming up, and it's another one of those things where I would really like to go, but until my insurance company gets off their ass and gives me a portable concentrator, I can't be out of the house for more than an hour or so at any time because I got to get back to my oxygen. So there's all these things I'm missing. I really, really wanted to see Charles, I'm going to butcher his last name, Nezel, the trombone player.
Yeah, he plays a Tassa.
I've wanted to see him now for months and months and months. I can't be out that long. And he knows, I've talked to him. We did an interview. But there's so much that I can't go and see. I would love to be able to do in-person interviews, but that's not going down right now. But I'm still, like I said, I'm bringing people to the people that listen to my station, and I've brought them you and showed them. Well, you've showed them you, and I'm just a facilitator. So leave me with some words of wisdom.
Never go out with the first girl. I said, well, you should have told me what to expect here.
I never do that.
Oh, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. It's on my business cards.
That's perfect. Okay, and one more time, where can people find you when they want to hire you?
All one word, BillyKMusic.com or Facebook, Billy K Music.
Thank you, Billy. When this goes on the stream, I'll let you know. Tag your music on the end of that, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you, Mike. Best of luck to you, dude.
Thank you, man. Good talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
You'll take a piece of me wherever you may go. You'll hear me in your heart, feel me in your soul. When trouble tries to take its toll, you'll know I'm there. I'm the full moon that you see when you stare up in the sky, shining down on you. I'll be your guiding light when shadows disappear from sight. You know I'm there. I'll be the wind in your hair, that hot still summer air. And when you need someone to care, you'll know I'm there. Oh, ready to fly. It feels so right. I can't stop it. I go crazy when you hold me tight. Passion and desire, fuel to feed the fire. It's true, I can't sleep at night. I can't stop it. I go crazy when you hold me tight. I get those shakes and the shimmies up and down my spine. Heart beats wild, it's pumping over time. Something kind of crazy coming over me. My heart keeps skipping a beat. Wrap them arms around me, let your love surround me. Keep me warm inside. I can't stop it. I go crazy when you hold me tight. Can't sleep at night. Hold me tight. Tease me, bring our bodies close together and rock me sweet and slow. Squeeze me, let this feeling last forever. Don't you ever let go. Wrap them arms around me, let your love surround me. Keep me warm inside. I can't stop it. I go crazy when you hold me tight. I get the shakes and the shimmies up and down my spine. Heart beats wild, it's pumping over time. Something kind of crazy coming over me. My heart keeps skipping a beat. Passion and desire, fuel to feed the fire. It's true, I can't sleep at night. I can't stop it. I go crazy when you hold me tight. I can't stop it. I go crazy when you hold me tight. I can't stop it. I must be crazy for you. Don't you come knocking at my door. I don't wanna see you around no more. My roaming days are through. I done found a love that's true. Don't you come knocking at my door. Don't you come crawling on your knees. Don't even try and beg me pretty please. I found somebody new to take the place of you. Don't you come crawling on your knees. I got a southern girl, sweet as can be. I've got a southern girl who'll take good care of me. I got a southern girl, I've fallen for her charm. I will always be wrapped in a southern arms. Oh baby, don't you try and catch me when I'm home. I'll be there, but I won't be alone. And I won't let you in. I know where you have been. Don't you try and catch me when I'm home. I've got a southern girl, sweet as can be. I've got a southern girl who'll take good care of me. I got a southern girl, I've fallen for her charm. I will always be wrapped in a southern arms. I teeth. She took this northern boy and made a rebel out of me. I got a southern girl, sweet as can be. I got a southern girl who'll take good care of me. I got a southern girl. I've fallen for her charm. I will always be wrapped in a southern arms. I got a southern girl. I got a southern girl. It's 2 in the morning, in bed all alone. He's out with the boys, being bad to the bone. She's seen it before, he ain't coming home. She's gotta get ready to go. Too much sorrow, too much pain, too much lightning without any rain. Too much trouble and she's always to blame. She's gotta get ready to go. Too much heartache, not enough love. She gave all she had, but it's never enough. She's gotta be strong, yeah, she's gotta be tough. She's gotta get ready to go. She's ready, setting out on her own. She's ready, where she won't feel alone. She's ready, her heart tells her not to hang on. She's ready, she said, she's gone. Left unfulfilled after too many years, left draining dry after too many tears. She's gotta get out, her direction is clear. She's gotta get ready to go. She's ready, setting out on her own. She's ready, where she won't feel alone. She's ready, her heart tells her not to hang on. She's ready, she said, she's gone. She's ready, she won't take it no more. She's ready, got one foot out the door. She's ready, she's got nothing else left to give. She's ready, setting out on her own. She's ready, where she won't feel alone. She's ready, her heart tells her not to hang on. She's ready, she said, she's gone. She's gone. The girl is gone.
You're my lifeline. I'm anchored to your shore.
Keep me close, closer than before.
You're my life. I'm holding on to you.
Don't leave me now, don't leave me blue. You're a love song waiting to be sung.
You're a heart waiting to be won. You're my life. I live each day for you.
Don't leave me now.
Don't leave me blue.
got to be strong.
I've weathered every storm.
Right or wrong.
After all that we've been through,
Honey, I'm still in love with you.
you're my lifeline.
Don't leave me blue. Now the tide's gone out. You're in town.
And wondering what to do.